challenging flu and cold season with so many folks unfortunately getting sick. But what if there was a way to boost your energetic immune system? Tonight, we are thrilled to talk on American Trends to Jona Bryndis, the founder and owner of Transcodes, and Jeff Casper, energy worker. Thank you both so much for being with us tonight on America Trends. Let's talk about boosting your energetic immune system. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Hey, Renee, thanks for having us on your show.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Yes, this flu season has indeed been really challenging. And it's actually cool that you're asking this question because we discuss this a lot with our clients, how physical things can be manipulated with the energy from within without actually necessarily medicating ourselves and so forth. There's, of course, a limit as to what we can do, and it's just like with most of the alternative healing methodologies that it's best to catch it when it comes on. So we explain people that there is something like an energetic immune system as well, and that goes in up and down with our physical immune system. So as we begin to feel that our energy levels kind of go low, this is the moment where we not only need to remember, things like good food and sleep and lots of water, but also to go into a state of, like, say, self-care, self-love, and really remember that the most potent or the most powerful healer is the healer in us. And we got to remember that one, to really go in and say, okay, hon, you looks like you're getting a little sick or it's coming on, let's, take care of yourself, just like how we would say when a child gets sick, when we go into this place with ourselves where we actually express love and comfort, what helps us, to strengthen ourselves from within.
Well, Jeff, let me ask you, how can a person's soul or spirit affect physical manifestations of illness in their body?
Well, the spirit or the soul is what kind of registers everything. So you've got the energy of the emotions, the mental, and the spiritual. And the spiritual is kind of what registers everything, what our consciousness state is. So as we begin to work on our energetic state or our consciousness level, what begins to happen is our energy gets faster, it begins to vibrate more effectively. And what we are actually doing when we do that is we're beginning to knock loose some of these lower vibratory energies that may be linked to emotionality, illnesses, and so forth. So as you begin to enhance your energetic state, you're actually increasing your overall health, not only physically, but also emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and socially. So it is affecting it. And what happens as you can do this, and it's been documented many times, people who meditate a lot or who are into the spiritual path, they typically have more health, they typically have more success, more abundance, and so forth. So it does really affect things. So the work is really beneficial.
Jona, I know that your program, Transcodes, really helps with boosting people's immune systems and energy overall. Talk about what Transcodes is.
Actually, most people who are in the technical world understand Transcodes as something that has to do with video streaming. But there is a reason why I picked this word, and that is that it shows the transformational aspect and the code aspect. So what Transcode does is that we help people to understand themselves as energetic beings, not just, body, mind, and soul. Most people kind of get this nowadays. Mindfulness is not really a woo-woo word anymore, but to integrate the energetic view into all of this, which a lot of that is based on new science, quantum mechanics actually are proving now that something like remote healing or distance healing, that this actually works. And so what Transcodes does is it teaches the mechanics and the things involved in energy work to everybody. So it's not just like for the audience that, like, say, is into this, and how they can use this for their own self-healing transformation or for their self-healing journey. So Transcodes is really the addressing the translator in us, the part in us that has to mediate between our five senses, what we see, what we touch, what we hear, what we say and do, but also the unseen part, the invisible part, the part that we describe as energy, as vibration. And so we're creating a bridge here for people to learn these things, but without going too far into the esoteric, say. It doesn't really matter if you believe in certain things or not. There are mechanics there that can be shown and it's more technical than people think it is, actually. It's like a programming language or like a language that we can learn. But we have to train that mediator in us that can translate the information between what our brain perceives, and then what our heart brain perceives, what is in the invisible, in the holographic, so to speak. And that's where the word transcodes comes from.
Thank you for explaining that. Now, Jeff, I want to ask you, with our technological world and people, globally connecting and coming together, what does a remote healing session look like in the energy field world?
You mean like what do I see, or what does the person experience?
No, what the session looks like.
What the session looks like?
Yes.
Well, what happens? Okay. So what happens there basically is through intention, through the setting up of an intention to go in and actually connect with the person's energy. What happens is you begin to pick up on things. The energy reader or the energy clearer, such as myself or Jona, we begin to pick up on energetic state and what is in there, what's going on with their energy systems, what's going on with their physicality, what's going on with their chakras. And as that kind of comes in, what we can do is either help to clear it out a bit, to speed it up, or begin to give them kind of a roadmap of what is in the way of their ability to enhance their own energetic state, their own spiritual path and their journey, and being able to connect more within. So the energetic process is really, it's kind of what Jona talked about, it's the quantum mechanics aspect of beginning to connect with each other and beginning to see that is possible. And usually the person themselves, they will feel kinds of things, all kinds of experiences, whether it be from seeing kinds of visions, all kinds of physical sensations. They'll even sometimes completely pass out and not understand why. It's really cool how it happens and what can occur. And really what the energy clearing is there for, besides helping a person's energy to speed up a bit and begin to feel a new reference point, is to give them a roadmap of what they need to work on next to get their energy even faster or to get themselves even more healthy.
Thank you both so much for joining us. Just a pleasure to talk to both of you, Jona Bryndis and Jeff Casper. And we've got your information on our screen so folks can get in touch with you. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you,
so much.
Renee.
We're back right after this. Hang on.